Dave Secor Jr. Always strong in this division. The Hub International Insurance, 74 from Grandville, Mass. Brandon Michael. This driver will be celebrating his birthday Monday in
car number 53 in the RAR chassis car. Paul Borden Jr.
Rental Race Cars, number 33 will be next, and that's Richard Sorello.
From Stafford, Rob Sears in the 44, Tess Byer in the 29, Cody Paoella in the 26, and Chris Cuso in the 22.
They are green and racing, and nobody is wasting any time to get to the front of this field. Out in front, it's Chris Bagnell. But the story is a battle for second, and Matt, you called it earlier. Nicole Chambrello was very strong in practice, even stronger in qualifying, and she looks even better in the main event.
Yeah, she was able to romp underneath Chuck Harrison in the 99 to move into second. A driver worth paying attention to is Mike Hopkins, as he is able to rabble-rouse his way into third. Here comes Gambacorta in the inside of that 3-wide. Stuck in the middle is Bissett, and fallen by the wayside is Harrison. So the winner of that 3-wide situation was George Bissett Jr.
The Mad Dog Pup has now moved into the 4th spot. Gambacorta, the guy behind him in the points, leans on him just a bit off turn number 2. Here comes Walker. All of a sudden, Brandon Michael shifts further back. And now, all of a sudden, Lightning, car number 78, making his presence known, Michael Hopkins. He looks to the inside of Chambrello as she still maintains the runner-up spot.
He tries a gangbuster his way momentarily underneath Chambrello. Now he changed his method. He is perched on the back bumper, crazy glued. And Nicole Chambrello's number 16. Bissett is in the neighborhood. Gambacorta running well, but he knows that Johnny Walker is behind him, so Gambacorta has to be at the top of his game.
4 laps are now complete as they cross the stripe. It is a battle among the top 6 cars, but more important than that battle is the battle of the points, because you've got the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place car running nose to tail for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
And Johnny Walker has to be careful because he knows a very hungry driver is behind him. Brandon Michael not running for points. He's only running for victories. So that could be a pretty potent combination. Hopkins once again goes to the outside of Nicole Chambrello. So she is hanging on to the coattails. And Nicole Chambrello getting a threat from Hopkins.
Hopkins makes his presence known. Top side of the racetrack. They're wheel to wheel and side by side. They come off the turn, but Chambrello is able to guard the spot. That opens the door to the Lasco machine. And guess what? All of a sudden...
Around goes Chambrello. Chambrello around.
What a move. Oh, as Bissett gets a piece of the Hopkins car that spun directly in front of him with no place to go. Matt, see if we can see it. Now, here's what we see. Chambrello's car, the back end comes around and makes contact with Hopkins. Bissett almost cleared it. When we say almost cleared it, by inches.
Yeah, he almost got between Hopkins and the wall, but not quite.
When the fender peeled back, it cut the tire. That's exactly what happened.
But the 16 spun in front of him, and there wasn't much that Bissett could do about that.
We also want to mention that the Stafford fire departments are collecting a monetary donation for the victims of Houston, Texas. That's taking place down in the Midway.
Here we go. Back now trying to get a good jump on Gambacorta. 2 veterans in the division. Johnny Walker sticking his nose in there. He is a strong third, but Bagnell tries to speed away. Walker will not allow that to happen.
Gambacorta might be one of the older competitors in the field. He'll tell you that, but he looks young and youthful as he runs the top side. Here comes Brandon Michael. You pointed it out best, Matt. You said that Michael is here to win races. He doesn't care about the points. He's not a factor. He worked all summer long. But Bagnell is still the star of the show. And now all of a sudden, Travis Hydar is coming to the front. He's worked his way into the top 5. And Dave Secor is also coming through traffic. We've got a spin on the backstretch. Tess Byer goes around. And the black flag is coming out for the 22 car.
And that is Chris Cuso. In the 22, Michael making a move on Bagnell. So Bagnell is dropped from 1st to 3rd. Johnny Walker has taken over the top spot.
Walker came, he saw, and he's looking to conquer. Meanwhile, Coming to the front, Travis Hydar. Another factor in the point rundown. He is up to the top 5. A little further back, David Secor's all of a sudden come to life. And don't count out Chris Hopkins. He's getting quicker. Literally, we can see that as he heads into turn number 3.
Travis Hydar tickling the back bumper of the white number 23 of Gamba Corda. As they stumble their way into turn number 1, it is Gamba Corda who has the spot protected. Hydar wanted to go down low, didn't have any room there. Harrison moving up in car number 99. He is a top 6 car, but does anyone have an answer for Johnny Walker? He is 5 laps away from another emphatic victory.
Certainly is, Matt, and he continues to set a blistering pace at the point. Other factors involved. A little further back in the field, Hopkins is starting to move in on Secor. That's for the 7th and 8th position. Meanwhile, Gamba Corda is trying to get around Bagnell for the 3rd spot.
And he is having a difficult time.
Turn 1, Matt.
And it looks like the 26 of Paloello between Walker and Michael.
Certainly is. Michael has been very consistent over the years in our class. And as we said, this summer, because of work and family commitments, he could not make it to every event. Came back on a very limited schedule, but when he's back, he's very competitive. Lights are off on the safety vehicle from Wheelan Engineering as it'll be pulling down on pit road. Mike Helberg on the starter's stand with Rich Keeter. Here they come. And there is the green. Walker has a slight advantage, Matt. And all of a sudden, Chris Bagnell gets a 2nd win.
As he is trying to jackrabbit his way into 3rd, but Gamba Corda has some power on the outside. Walker pulling away from Michael. 3rd is up for grabs between Bagnell and Gamba Corda.
Well, that's happening. Travis Hydar is making some noise. Right there with him is Hopkins with that number 78 car. 3 wide in a bid for the 3rd spot. Bagnell just doesn't refuse to let up. Now back to the front. Here comes Brandon Michael in a challenge for the lead.
Trying to whiplash his way underneath Walker. Got half of his car underneath the 01. A little Woody Woodpecker action to the back bumper. Nicole Chambrello is bobbing and weaving her way back through the field in car number 16. Now she's going after Hydar. Michael is going after Johnny Walker, who almost went around between turns 1 and 2.
Walker continues to try to guard the spot. 3 laps remain. That's 1.5 miles left in this one. Meanwhile, it is Tess Byer who spins on the front straightaway with the number 29. That's going to bring out the caution. And you know what that means, Matt? It's going to tighten up the entire complexion of this event. Secor spun in the backstretch, did a 360, and somehow was able to get back and going before we needed a caution on that one. So we still got 3 laps to go, 1.5 miles left. It might not sound like much, but for these competitors, it's all the difference in finishing their goals for tonight's presentation, moving ahead or further up the charts in the points. Here they come again, Matt, as they work their magic back to the line.
This will be a very critical restart. They are even, approaching the line. A slight advantage for Brandon Michael in the 74. What can Walker do about it? He responds to take over the lead.
Gamba Corda in the 2nd row. Travis Hydar. Then it's Chambrello, and then it's Hopkins. Rows of 2, 3 of them working their magic. This time, when they come to the stripe, popsicle sticks are coming up. Walker has it by inches, but when they come back to the line, the margin is starting to close.
As Walker leading by a breadcrumb over the 74, Brandon Michael wanted a piece of the action as Gamba Corda. Also there is Hydar. Any one of 5 cars can win it. In the final lap and a half, Paul Borden on the infield. He gets the car on the safety road. Here comes Michael in a bid for the lead.
Brandon Michael pulls off the timely move of the event. He makes the crossover. Walker gives him the bump draft all the way down the front straightaway. This is the final circuit. Walker peeks to the inside. Brandon Michael on the outside. Down the back straightaway, turn 3, where it'll happen for the final circuit.
Walker sends it in. Shuffled backwards is Michael. Trouble. Chambrello goes around. Here comes Walker off the corner. Checkered flag is out. Walker the winner. Michael second. Gambacorta third.
Hopkins for fourth. Bagnell for five. Unofficially in sixth is Secor. Travis Hydar finishing in the seventh spot.
Is able to pose after his fifth win this year, and he is one of the hottest drivers on the planet, and he needed that heat because guys like Michael and Gambacorta and Hopkins were all over him. Chris Bagnall led for the first half of the race until Walker took over, and we said all along, Ben, from the beginning of the season, Wicker is quicker, and he proved it again tonight as we head to Napa Victory Lane and check in with Kyle Rickey Jr.
Hey, let's talk to Johnny Walker. Wicker is quicker here tonight. A wild one here to open tonight for the Dare Stocks. Congratulations. Took the lead on lap 8, never looked back. Congratulations.
Yeah, that was more like a demolition derby race than anything. There was a lot of bumping and banging. I think my crew chief has his work cut out for me, fixing the body work on this thing. That was a pretty spicy race toward the end. It got a little more physical than it probably maybe should have, but I hope that set the bar kind of high for tonight's races. I got to thank my sponsors, first and foremost. Marquise Landscaping, big shout out to him. Let's see here. I got a lot of Dunleavy's Truck and Trailer Repair. There we go. Safeco Spray Foam, Marquise Landscaping, Rat Auto Machine, Berardi Transmissions, Don Bassett, my crew, Aaron Hightower, my mom, my girlfriend, Rob Willendi, Jeff Ramsey Carpentry, Napa, Stafford, Speedway, Kathy, my Turn 4 crew, let's see, Race Day CT, Hoosier. They're all been behind me every step of the way here, and hopefully next week we get some fresh tires here. We're out of tire for sure. If we get some fresh tires here, we should be strong for the rest of the year.
Winning on old tires is going to be dangerous on new tires here. Coming up, Johnny Walker, congratulations.
Thank you, Rick.
Taking down the race win. Let's hear from some of our other podium finishers. Let's talk to Vince Gambacorta, finishing up in the second spot. A wild last couple of laps for you as well. What did you see those last two laps?
It's kind of a gift, I guess, them knocking the 74 out. But the 74 and the 01 were going at it pretty heavy. I was hoping they'd take each other out, actually. But that last lap, the last two turns, somebody hammered me pretty good from behind. But we were able to hang on to it, and it worked out. So,
good second place effort for Vince Gambacorta.
I'd like to say thank you to the track, recognize responders. I've been a first responder for over 40 years myself, and it's nice to get a little recognition.
On First Responders Night, coming home with a second place finish, and Mike Hopkins moved up to the third spot here by a technicality, but a podium's a podium. Bring us through your night. A wild last couple laps for you guys.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, a podium is a podium. That was a great finish. We were the first three rows were double file there, the last couple laps. In the beginning of the race, I was trying to run a 16 as clean as possible. I hope that's noticeable. We're trying to race people clean. So that's what we did, and end up spun out, and we come from the back, and it was Harry coming through the back, and then I'm running fourth. Somehow everybody just got bunched up in three. I have no idea. We're third, and it's awesome. I'll take it.
Good night, nevertheless. Congratulations on the third place effort.
Thank you so much. A couple of people I have to thank. First of all, my family, my mom, my stepdad, my nieces, my sister. My dad bought a generator for us. Thank you for that, Pops. Jay Lafayette, his brain, we're just going back and forth, and he's a super smart dude. He doesn't get enough credit. Skip's Outdoor Accents, we just brought them on. Tudor House Liquors, thank you so much for the free beer. We're going to party tonight for a podium. Leading to Unlock, O'Sullivan Weller, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Stafford Speedway. Squid Graphics, I hope you're watching, bro, because I got you tonight. Thanks.
There you go. A lot of folks to thank down here for all of the podium finishers. A great race to open up the night here for the Dare Stocks.
Certainly was, Kyle. There's no question about that. We've received some additional information from Race Central in a situation with the Brandon Michael car post-race consultation. He was placed to the bottom of the lead lap cars. Okay, so that'll be reflected in the actual finish of the event. Matt?
So that'll be the situation when you check out this Stafford Speed.